Hello everybody, I am Jason Basin and welcome on my channel. This is my new vinyl video. I picked some vinyls at a seller. Thank you for watching. If you are new to my channel, subscribe to my channel. There are a lot of nice videos to find on my channel, all my trips to thrift stores, record shops, vinyl fairs, really interesting. And then I have also all kinds of special videos, 50 great records, and so on and so on. So check them out and subscribe. Thank you very much. So I saw on the internet some very interesting vinyls, and that seller did an action. 10 vinyls for 40 euro, so 4 euros only for very nice vinyls. Before I show them to you, I must say that 4 euros, very nice price, but some of those records were damaged, a little bit damaged, and to better the situation I used those black markers, and I will show you now some pictures how the state was, and then when I used this black markers. Alright, then I will show you 9 records of 4 euros. Yes, you heard me well, not 10 but 9. Why? Well, I had picked 20 records on his site, but finally he said I have only 9 of the records that you wanted. And there was also a record of Gene Simmons of Kiss, with Gene Simmons on the cover, but he said to me, I have Dynasty from Kiss. You can take that one in the place of that from Gene Simmons. I said, wonderful, because Dynasty of Kiss is still on my wish list. I had it before, but I'm still searching for it now, so I was very lucky. But when I arrived there, he showed me the Kiss record, but it was Kiss Unmasked, and I'm not interested in that one. So I really want Dynasty, because I had Dynasty before on tape, and I have it still, that tape of Dynasty, and I want really that album also on vinyl. So then we gonna watch those records. The first record, Jethro Tull Live with Ian Anderson, has a double sleeve. Here we see the band. Here Ian Anderson, vocals and flute. Really great music. Jethro Tull. On this album from 1978, you get songs from different albums, also from Aqualung, their masterpiece album. Then the next album from Rick Wakeman. Check my video when I went to Leuven to Limburghal. There I could find another one from Rick Wakeman. I think it was Trip to the Center of the Earth, with a nice booklet inside. This is, and then I went to see on Discogs, and I saw all the albums, and I saw he had one album about King Arthur, and recently, so this seller was selling this album only for 4 euros, so he was on my wish list, so I'm very happy he still got that, this album. Look at that, really wonderful double sleeve. Rick Wakeman. I am a big Jimi Hendrix fan. Here is Jimi Hendrix in the Attention label. There is also Black Sabbath on the Attention label. We have here the songs Wipe the Sweats, Suspicious, No Trigger, Interludes, Under the Table, Voice in the Wind and Bring Back My Baby. Then an album. In the past I skipped it when I was on record fairs or on antique fairs, outside fairs, but this is no one less than New Order, England, New Order, World in Motion. It's a 12-inch. I still must listen to it, probably I know the song. Then a very nice album. I could also buy this for €4. The first solo album of Mr. Brian Ferry. On this album, really nice tracks. Hard Rain's Gonna Fall. What does he also sing? He sings Sympathy for the Devil of the Rolling Stones. The Tracks of My Tears. He sings... And These Foolish Things Remind Me of You. And this album, I think it's 1973 or 1974. It was recorded in London, June 1973, at the Air Studios in London. And then also a nice buy. The Wooden Tops live album, Live Hypnobeat Live. I am a big fan of the Wooden Tops. Also in the Limburghal I could find another record of the Wooden Tops. These are the Wooden Tops, so live in Los Angeles in 1986. Then we have Colosseum 2. I had in the past Colosseum 1, also a very nice cover, and this is a really special cover, Electric Savage. This is Colosseum 2, featuring Gary Moore, Don Airey, John Mole and John Heisman. Now I see his name, Gary Moore. I didn't know Gary Moore was in Colosseum 2. Here we have him, Mr. Gary Moore, on guitar. And really I listened to it yesterday. This is an album from 1976. I listened to it yesterday and it was fantastic. Fantastic album, this album of Colosseum 2. And then an album I had before, and now I have it again, Replicas from Tubeway Army. I cleaned it with some water because there was really dirt on it. But here you see on the here it has water damage, but I repaired Gary Numan a bit, as you can see, Mr. Gary Numan. Fantastic album, and my favorite track, yesterday I listened to it also, is Down in the Park. Really wonderful music and lyrics. Down in the Park. Check it out on YouTube or Spotify. Gary Numan, Down in the Park. Very, very nice. On this album also the big banger, Our Friends Electric. And then here we have Wishbone Ash with front page news. It has also a double sleeve. Wishbone Ash, I had from them a live album in the past, a really good live album, and this is a studio album of them, from the people of Wishbone Ash. But here it didn't stop. That seller, he had 1,000 albums, bought 1,000 albums a month ago, and he said to me, I have not yet come to it to put it all on the internet, so this was a big chance for me. So I said to him, when do you come? I say, I come tomorrow. So I went, and yeah, really nice stuff. in those 1000 albums. I show it you now. I show you just Tina. She is not watching, but she is maybe listening. So here we are with the vinyls I bought extra over there. He said to me, the seller, you can buy this record, it's from The Who. I hadn't seen it, it was The Who, this record. You can buy it for €2. I said, okay, very good, very nice, because the vinyl, it was a bit damaged. I can show it to you. We'll take the vinyl out. And I saw it was also, here you see it, a little bit on the first track there. Yeah, the beginning of the first track, that will be very difficult. So I will shine a light on the tracks here. As you can see, it's a compilation album of their best tracks. The Who. Meaty, Beaty, Big and Bouncy, that's the title of that track, of that album. And then an album that was on my wish list is this one, The Sounds from the Lion's Mouth. I thought Missiles was on this one, but as you also can see, there is some water damage, but I could get it for a very nice price. Because normally this album goes, I think, around €100. I could bought this for €20. On this album you have Winning, which is the most known song. So The Sound, rest in peace Adrian Borland. I saw them live in 1985 on the Seaside Festival, where they played a stand-in for The Cult. The Cult couldn't come, problems with their drummer, so The Sounds did the job there at Seaside Festival, and a wonderful job. This record I also bought there at the seller's place. I must say, The Sound and this one, A Flock of Seagulls, I bought it also in advance. So I've chosen these two records because the man has sent me 2 videos of that stack of 1000 records, and those 2 were in it. So I bought also this album of A Flock of Seagulls. On this one I ran Space Age Love Song, which are the most known songs. I think this is the debut album from 1982 of A Flock of Seagulls. And then recently I bought also, check my video of my trip to Heist op den Berg, the vinyl fair of Heist op den Berg. There I could find a special record of the Rolling Stones. I thought it was from 1964, but in fact it was from 1982. It was a repress, and I was a bit disappointed of that, but nevertheless it's a nice record. This Rolling Stones, on the other hand, Around and Around, is really a vintage record on Decca. And on this record you see an early picture of a Stones concert, and also when you look at the tracks you see these are from the beginning period, I think around 64, 65, from the Rolling Stones. They play also I Wanna Be Your Man, the song the Beatles gave to them, and it was a hit. On this record you can see which are the here who wrote the lyrics, and the second song is a Jagger Richards composition, and that's the track Good Times, Bad Times, Blues. And it comes on the red Decca label, the Rolling Stones. Then I chose also this one, a live concert from James Brown, the James Brown special. It was in the stack of the 1000 records, but he let this record and also the next record that you will see for €4. So that was very nice of that seller. On this record you have his big hits, Get Up, I Feel Like Being Like a S-Machine. It's a man's world. He has also Hot Pants. Really nice albums from Mr. James Brown. Rest in peace, Mr. James Brown. Here is the record of the Trucks, now repaired here with my black markers. Very nice. This is their album Black Bottom. I could buy this record also for euros. Then an American pressing of Deep Purple and Shades of Deep Purple. Really wonderful. I am a Deep Purple fan, and this is a very nice find from America, printed in USA. You get a text, really nice. The early Deep Purple. Also very nice, a maxi single from Kiss, Dirty Livin' and 2000 Men. 2000 Men, one of my favorite Kiss songs. 2000 Men, also a cover from the Rolling Stones. Double hit special. And here on the back you get all the other records from the label. Then an album I had before and now I have it again. We have here Led Zeppelin, the soundtrack from the film The Song Remains the Same. It has a nice inner sleeve, here text, and here we have some pages. Led Zeppelin, very nice motorbike there, a cow, a bull, really nice picture. Here Jimmy Page with his double guitar. And if you have not yet something from Led Zeppelin, this is a very good start, because here you get their big hits. We have here on this one Stairway to Heaven and Whole Lotta Love. Led Zeppelin live album. And then an album I chose before for his cover, Uriah Heep, Demons and Wizards. Double sleeve. You see the band rehearsing and in the studio. And this is the back. I will lay it open so you can see the hole. So here we have it, Uriah Heep. I had already their first debut album in the past from Uriah Heep. And then this record, very happy with the Magical Mystery Tour album from the Beatles from 1967, my year of birth. So 57 years ago. Magical Mystery Tour, Which songs do we have here on this album? Hello, Goodbye, also the magnificent Strawberry Fields Forever, Penny Lane, Baby, you are a rich man, All You Need Is Love. This is a film also, I did not yet see it. Here we have the bus. There is a very nice booklet, I will show it to you. The Beatles. I saw yesterday a video about Stella McCartney. She did something about that film that I made some years ago from the Beatles. Here a really nice picture. This is in fact a poster. Maybe I hang it one day here against my wall. A lot to see, a lot to read also. Very nice picture. Here Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. George Harrison and John Lennon. John Lennon, one of my heroes, all-time heroes, not only musical heroes but also how he was. He was a very good person. He wants love and peace for this world, unity. But we are far from that, still far from that. It's so sad. As you can see, really nice booklet. And then as top of the bill, you may say, you get here all the tracks with the lyrics. I Am the Walrus is also on this album. That song was covered by Oasis, the Beatles. And another Beatles album that was on my wish list, I had it before and now I have it again, the White Album. And I remember the White Album that I had was with openings, the opening here at the side, but on this album it's the openings are above. I think on the original album also the openings were on above. And did you know the Beatles were with 6? You had Paul McCartney, you had George Harrison, then you had the twins Ringo and Ringo Starr, and then you had John Lennon and Jan Lennon. No, of course. 2 pictures here in the sleeves were extra, so I took them. I can hang it here also on the wall, the picture of Ringo Starr and John Lennon. That's right, I'm gonna show you also the big poster that comes with the White Album. On this White Album, my favorite Beatles track, that's Why My Guitar Gently Weeps. I show you the poster. If you never saw it, you must see this. It's wonderful. I'm gonna go very fast because on here are some pictures without clothing, if you know what I mean. So, the White Album. And then we close the show with this very nice box of 4 albums of Jimi Hendrix, the greatest original sessions. Really in a very good condition. I just saw they repaired it here at the top, but for the rest it's in a very good condition. I show you the songs on here. Here also Wipe the Sweat, as the first album, of one of the first albums that I showed you there, after Jethro Tull, the special there from Jimi Hendrix. Wipe the Sweat is also on that album, so Jimi Hendrix. But here on this album you see the artists: Jimi Hendrix guitar vocals, Herman Hitson guitar, Lonnie Youngblood sax vocals, and Lee Moses guitar. I think this is really from his beginning period, or is this after the Jimi Hendrix Experience? That I must check out. I think this is really from his beginning period. Alright, I hope you enjoyed all the nice vinyls I could find. Enjoy your weekend, enjoy your week. So, very nice vinyls I could find there at that seller's place. I'm very happy, certainly of the Beatles Magical Mystery Tour and of that box of Jimi Hendrix. It's really fantastic. So I got into my car again with Tina. Tina could come in, but she was here against my chest all the time, so she could not piss or shit into his house. So then I was in the car, I was driving home, and I came across a thrift store. Thrift store. I have seen the placard when I was going to the cellar, and so I said I will go there into that second-hand shop, and I went into there, and it was just before closing time. I didn't know that when they were closing, but they closed at 5. It was just before 5 when I got there, but I could see into their records there, and I could find 3 interesting vinyls. I will show them to you now. So this is the first record I could find there. Normally this record is known with another cover. I think I have that from one of my vintage records that I bought. Check out my 4 videos about my vintage records. I bought some vintage records, 1, 2, 3, and you have number 4 also here on my channel. I think this record of Abilities with the other cover is also somewhere in those piles of records. Abilities, nice film of David Hamilton, and with music of Francis Lai. I gave the lady here a modern bikini, so we stay within the limits, within the rules of YouTube. Then Stravinsky. I like the music of Stravinsky. Here we have the album The Firebirds, L'Oiseau de Feu, Feuervogel, Vienna Philharmonie, Christoph von Dohnanyi. All these records were €2. And this was the most wonderful find of those 3. I must yet listen to it, but this album, Goddess of Fortune, if you can see it, it's a picture from India with the gods on it. And now watch good. Who do we see here? Produced by. Indeed, this record was produced by George Harrison. Here underneath there is a marking. It's a special issue, so I thought maybe this record had some worth, more than €2, but when I checked it, this record has no more worth than €2. Yeah, it was pressed, I think, in such a quantity, or maybe in a limited, it was maybe in a limited edition, but not many people like this kind of music, so they are popping up everywhere at thrift stores now. So, but nevertheless, I'm happy that I could find this record. Then we are coming here at the end of my video. I hope you liked the records. Give a comment underneath this video, which album did you like the most. And I have still something to say, that when I was there yesterday in that second-hand shop, there was a man. He said, I have also some records at my home. He was with his bicycle and he said to follow him, so I followed him to his house, and he went searching for the records, but he could not find them. But then he realized that his daughter would have has taken all those records. So I left him my number, and he will call me when he has those records back, and then I will go to him again, and then I will search for nice records in that stack of records that he has for sale. And in this stack it were records from him and also his wife, and it's all I said the 70s, 60s he said before, so 60s and 70s. It will be songs, records of Black Sabbath, I think, also the Kings, also this good stuff, Cream maybe. So I hope to make that video soon, when I get to that house again, to find some really nice treasures there. So that I will keep you informed when I will go there back. I will show it you here with a new video. So thanks for watching, and don't forget, with vinyl the sun always shines. Thanks for watching, and check out all my videos here on my channel. Not only records, but also my jams, my gear. You will like it. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.